5 biggest mistakes that kill your abs game. Around the world, a lot of people aspire to have the coveted six-pack, and even more just fantasize of having them. But those who gave it a shot immediately realized it wasn't as easy as they thought. And despite doing everything correctly, training, eating well, the packs don't seem to materialize. What is the cause? Actually, there could be a number of causes. And I've compiled the biggest errors that prevent you from getting results in this video. You'll save a ton of time and work by watching this video. So, if you watch this video through to the finish, you'll know how to get the abs of your dreams. Let's go! First mistake, some people believe the abs are made up of just one muscle. The infamous six-packs are actually just one of the outward appearances. It's important to comprehend the fundamentals of anatomy. First off, there is an abdominal muscle called the rectus, which has 8 packs and, in some cases, even 10 packs that are clearly visible. Additionally, there is an abdominal transverse muscle as well as internal and external abdominal oblique muscles. This is every muscle in the core. Additionally, by knowing which muscles make up our attractive abdomen and abs, we will be able to obtain results more quickly by varying the load, switching up the workout, and altering the weight's angle. Therefore, there is a slightly larger emphasis on the upper half of the rectus muscle of the abdomen, for instance, if we fix the legs and execute crunches. In contrast, the rectus muscle of the abdomen works first and the attention slightly changes to the lower packs if we elevate our legs and pelvis to the ceiling, for example, while hanging from a pull-up bar. However, in general, I have to agree that elevating your legs while hanging is one of the most efficient, challenging, and fundamental abdominal exercises. We can exercise our so-called side abs, or the abdominal oblique muscles, by doing lateral crunches or lifting our legs to the side. Second mistake, avoiding excess weight is the. Yes, many people tend to believe that crunches and leg lifts are the only exercises that may effectively tone the abs, additional weight is not required. Of course, some people are fortunate enough to be successful with just bodyweight abs exercise, but, in general, this is an exception because, if you work with more weight, the results will come more quickly. This is because there are many exercises, particularly if we don't just work out on the pull-up bar but instead visit a full-fledged gym, where we can create extra weight for our abs. For instance, the wire crunches, which involve bending upper cables, are a particularly effective exercise. You can change the added weight there such that we can complete 8, 12, or even 20 repetitions before failing. Additionally, there are exercise machines where comparable exercises can be done. You can also elevate your legs on the crossbar while supporting them with extra weight, such as a dumbbell placed between your legs. It is important to realize that, although it is excellent that we are participating in physical education, performing the activity on the abs 20, 30, 40, or 50 times is not the most efficient method for building muscles. The target for the abs is 20 repetitions, which should result in failure or very close to failure. As a result, you must raise the weight and intensity if you perform a lot more repetitions. Third mistake, utilizing the same exercise. For instance, if someone started crunches a year ago and kept doing them, they might wonder why their abs didn't grow. In actuality, exercises should be switched up at least twice a year, if not more frequently. Ideally once a month because the muscles need to be activated frequently as they become accustomed to the same kind of stress soon and stop reacting favorably to it. As an illustration, this month we choose 2 or 3 exercises. The new 2 or 3 exercises are performed the following month, and more variations are performed the next. Fourth mistake, resting between reps. Obviously, rest is required in between sets, but what do I mean by rest in between repetitions? This occurs when we select a motion's amplitude so that there is a brief period during which the muscle does not contract at all but instead relaxes. For instance, we can lift our feet while hanging from a pull-up bar, but what is the minimal volume of strain, or the point at which there is no strain at all? Yes, when our legs are hanging straight down. Therefore, you shouldn't assume this position, instead, lower your legs to a level that is just above the lowest point rather than the lowest point itself. Naturally, I can understand our subconscious urge to lower our legs as much as possible in order to relax our muscles because it makes things simpler for us. Both our body and brain work to reduce stress and burden in some way. This is a typical human response. Understanding that muscles develop most effectively when they are always working and not allowed to rest within the bounds of repetition is essential. Fifth mistake, the lack of a thorough strategy in the growth of the abs. In order to achieve six-pack abs, we must limit our daily caloric intake in addition to exercising and building muscle. First of all, when a person has a low amount of subcutaneous fat, we may typically notice six-pack abs. And only in the second place does it depend on how much the abdominal rectus muscle pumps. So, if getting six-pack abs is your major objective, you should actually start with a diet and add abs exercises later. Thank you for watching. For more fitness facts, please like and subscribe.